If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
We fight!
I will protect you. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Hark! The flapping of bats' wings. Let us leave them be.
Times must be tedious if you've resorted to challenging beasts to bouts.
You ought not to be so careless.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. Here you go.
Ice's sting is yours to wield.
Tis an item of exceptional rarity. I cannot wait to tell my own master of its existence. Tis not every day one happens upon a material so rare.
We shall have to think long and hard about what to do. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
Things will resurrect so long as their skulls remain intact. But fear not, I shall madly smash every last one.
Perhaps this is no but not the Arisen has chosen to fill our ranks with women, and yet no two of us are the same.
Slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Oh, there's something written. A golem comes.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy. Ha! How do you like that?
Caught you! You'll be alright now.
I shall summon a storm to blow our boats away.
Let me get that.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out what's inside. Come to think of it, the private quarters of one Arisen I served had many a visitor, and rarely the same one.
Fascinating.
Another dogged adventurer come to take my life. Many have tried, and as you can plainly see, all have failed. I would abandon any such fool ideas if I were you. After all, that which is won by brute force is apt to be lost to the same. Perhaps I might interest you in a game of wits instead. I set before you a simple task. Solve my riddles to satisfaction. Should your answers please me, I will bestow upon you the contents of yon chests. I trust I have your attention? If so, take your place and we shall begin. Your resolve is commendable. The fool beholds a sage in the mirror. The sage a fool. Which is it you see, I wonder? Our eyes are our allies, yet oft do they betray, for eyes tell lies. So I advise, and thence do lead astray. Yet, how will your eyes advise you? Venture through yonder door, and retrieve that which is of greatest value.
I'll I'll admit, I did worry you'd forgotten me.
You have my protection. Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes. Arisen, we ought to heal ourselves while we perchance. We fight. To arms! By your leave. I cannot fault your prowess. Come, follow my example. Splendid. My magic's grant you an elemental healing.
Methinks there are rare materials to be found hereabouts.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
You're staring, Arisen. Has aught yonder caught your eye? I mislike the look of that. Only misery awaits the one game enough to touch it, I fear.
Indeed. One never can be too cautious. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
I'll get that for you. Trust your senses. If aught feels out of place, it could very well be a trap.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Come to test your wits. Yet, how will your eyes advise you? Venture through yonder door and retrieve that which is of greatest value. So, this is your choice? The greatest worth your eyes descried? Indeed, this is what I sought. Your eyes see true. No greater worth can there be than that found in simplicity. And collect it from yon chest and take this file too. Its purpose I shan't divulge. How you use it is up to you.
That was certainly worthwhile.
Come to test your wits. Love is as twin to madness, they say. They are bound fast as night is today. So bring forth your most beloved to me, that I might gauge the depth of your insanity. Come to test your wits. Love is as twin to madness, they say. They are bound fast as night is today. So bring forth your most beloved to me, that I might gauge the depth of your insanity. Is this your most beloved you bring before me? Well, well. Very good. Not half bad. Yet only one you bring? I thought you capable of more. A promise made, a promise kept. And so I shall open for you a chest.
Truly?
Come to test your wits. The parent knows the child, yet the reverse is far from true. The child knows not the parent. Such is the parent's due. I am a lost child, for kinship do I yearn. So bring to me my parent, that I might better learn.
Sir Fulvio, the art... This to serve as Sir Clark commissioned is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for. A guide is most welcome. Now... We shan't lose our way.
These writings could be of import.
Shall we take a closer look?
And before I forget, look how many women we count among our number.
And yet, no two of us are the same.
The monster seems to have dropped something. Just imagine the coin we'd gain from selling this.
Whether or not we make the sale is for the Arisen to decide.
Where the phantoms, Master?
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out what's inside.
Well met, sir. How might I be
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
way. Slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
A fine display of skill.
Come, follow my example.
Well said.
Let my magic spark you in the middle. This is a foe worthy. Lord save our best. This is generally used as a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Skeletons, Master! You'll not live to regret this.
I've been pretty kind to me. Go on, have a look. Shake things up.
Well, hello there, sir. Oh, there's always demand for weapons, particularly... near the border, where always a pleasure.
Well, it takes two to make a sale. And this seller had nothing to tempt us with. Our funds are...
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever. 'Tis a pity we must part after
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. I'm only glad to have proven my worth.
Well, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the border. Where quarrels are always a pleasure. Well met, sir. I would say
The Sovereign's retinue makes to fell the dragon at last. It's a remarkable recovery. Really, the man was...
Many thanks.
The Sovereign's retinue makes to fell...
Shall we get some rest then? To this world I return, ready to put... Good morrow, everyone. Arisen? I should have expected you. I'm well glad to be traveling by your side.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. I can even mark them on your map. It will be an honor to serve by...
I've an inkling this place will yield a rarity or two.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
I happen to understand Elvish, Master.
If we've a destination in mind, an oxguard would get us there with little effort.
They do offer a welcome chance for us to set down our packs.
The Sovereign's retinue makes to fell the dragon. At last, 'twas a pleasure doing business.
I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors. I've just had a thought. Loath as I am to recall the events of the coronation, they are fresh in my mind still. How might the technique used to control us be dispelled?
Skeletons! There!
Lightning is ineffective against this foe.
I will be your shield. Our foes are like to use the dark against us.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
Come to test your wits. The parent knows the child, yet the reverse is far from true. I am a lost child, for kinship do I yearn. So bring to me my parent, that I might better learn. And you claim this to be the parent I seek. Indeed, you are correct. All is in the name. You have proven your wits, and so I shall bestow upon you a prize. Collect it from yon chest at your leisure.
A result to be proud of.
Come to test your wits. Life is an enigma, a lender of mortal debt. Yet lighter pack makes fleeter foot, and challenge nimbly met. So grant to me what you most prize, and thence elude your ponderous demise. So, this is your prized possession. A most revealing choice. Do you consent to give it to me, knowing that it may never be returned? Well, well. Very good. That's the spirit. Such generosity deserves a reward, methinks. Why do... Come to test your wits? Is ever the first we keep fond in our breast, and ever the first that eclipses the rest? You know of the Seeker's tokens, I trust. Yet where was it that you found your first? Retrace your steps if you can. You might make a new discovery. 7 days, shall we say, ere you return? May your journey be a pleasant one. Can it be? Is that bewilderment I see writ upon your face? Then you are fortunate indeed, for few joys compare to the first steps taken in pursuit of a newfound quest. Seek a Seeker's token, and mayhap you will find something more. 7 days, shall we say, ere you return? May your journey be a pleasant one.
'Tis good to be reunited.
Now we can return to this location whenever we've a ferry stone to hand. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
I suppose we might as well gather what we can.
My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way?
I can't imagine we're in need of a
Goblins, Master! We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I see you've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can. fort.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Outstanding.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. You have my protection.
Gran, I want to learn magic, please.
This again, child. You know full well your father has forbidden it. There are plenty of things more deserving of your interest. Why not turn your aspirations elsewhere?
Why must you always take Father's side? I'd have thought you'd understand how I feel better than anyone. What is it? If you're looking for Gran, she's out. 'Tis dreadful dull round here. How long do they mean to shut me away? All I want is to study magic, but Gran refuses to teach me. If only I had a grimoire or two, then I could study on my own. If you find any grimoires, would you bring them to me? You needn't seek them out. Any you happen to find will do. Still, I'll write up a list of the tomes I'd most like, so you know which ones to keep an eye out for. There. All done. Mayhap I was a little overeager, but you needn't bring them all. Just 2 or 3 would be swell. Though I would be thrilled to have the lot. Oh, and Gran is like to confiscate the grimoires should she espy them. Pray hand them to me when she's not at home. Have you brought me a grimoire, sir? Thank you for all the grimoires, sir. Is that the last of them you'll be bringing? Then you have my gratitude for all you've done. Would that I had a reward for you. But Oh, mayhap this will suffice. 'Tis a ring my father gave me. 'Tis only fitting, really, given he was the one who forbade my studies in the first place. Go on. 'Tis no cheap trinket. Now, I'd best take my leave of you. I've my studies to attend to.
Miss Trish was positively thrilled to receive those grimoires. May her studies prove fruitful.
Right you are.
Take the power of ice and turn it against our foes. Nicely done.
I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
Splendid. I shan't let them harm you. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Furthermore, have you grown accustomed to the adventuring life? If there's anything you're unsure of, I would fain be of aid.
My thanks, truly. I hope only to be of assistance.
'Tis a glad thing we rested when we did.
We must not let down our guard.
Battle is best avoided here.
Thank you, Master. I only hope I did not disappoint.
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magics. Wait right there.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
Must hold out till someone comes to me.
Fancy a gander? I find good for sale.
I'll not stick my head where it will get cut off.
Arisen. I should have expected you. I hope my magic served you well.
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to... Arisen, I knew you loved this world too much to leave it behind. Let us work together to honor the Arisen's trust.
A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness pawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands.
Indeed. Well, we shall have to remain watchful, lest one of our company should start showing signs of this sickness.
Like it or not, any little polish up first.
I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings, and if you'd like to change.
We must rest. Though the sun...
Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
I hope you slept well?
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
You have my protection.
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
You cut quite the hunter's figure.
I could look upon this sky for all eternity, if 'twasn't for the crick in my neck.
Keep gazing upward and you're like to stumble ere long.
What is it? Got a question about my training regime? Suppose that was an unlikely guess. No. A pity. I'd hoped to add you to our ranks. You'd seem like you'd be fit for battle, even if I were to call upon you on the morrow. Which, apologies for assuming. We've had fewer folks looking to enlist of late, and I'm hungry for recruits. Many keep their distance on account of the instructor being a beastren. How very Vermundian of them. At the very least, I'd like to provide some decent training to the soldiers we have now. Easier said than done, especially when the weapons we were promised have yet to arrive. It isn't like to boost their morale having rusted steel to train with. What I wouldn't give for some decent weapons and a soldier to act as an example. Someone with motivation to grow. That'd light a fire under them, I reckon. Mayhap you could aid us. I know 'tis much to ask of anyone, let alone a stranger, but what else am I to do? Much appreciated. We'd welcome what you can spare.
Sir Baron's request is quite understandable. Weaponry and motivated soldiers are the pillars of any military.
Sir Baron seeks a motivated soldier to inspire the other recruits. Do we not know of such a person?
Very well. I shall return.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
Fancy a gander? I fancy a gander? I find. Goods for sale. Much obliged.
Shopping is such fun.
The longer the journey, the more supplies we'll require.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I'm on duty.
I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings. And if you'd like to change your vocation, come see me anytime.
Ah, how I've longed to embrace. I've a feeling fortune shall favor us this day.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
A new day, a new perspective.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. I will protect you.
No one can defend themselves when grappled like this.
This ox cart's bound for Burnwell. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due. Perhaps a straw.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new...
Say, you've got a decent arm on you. No need to be humble. Just the other day, I watched you fell a massive monster with my own two eyes. I've ne'er seen the like. Pray, sir, teach me to fight like you do. I'm after an instructor, see, but the ones in this city are cravens all. The sort that decided to teach to avoid the battlefield. If I'm to grow stronger, I need to learn from someone who's seen actual battle. A real warrior, such as yourself. Won't you give me a chance? And this Baron fellow, he's a real warrior? I suppose you wouldn't recommend him if he wasn't. And after all, I've seen your prowess. I'm inclined to trust your judgment. Many thanks, sir. Methinks I'll seek out this Baron and see what he can teach me.
Look! Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
I should be on top form today. I don't feel scared. Mistakes. Now here's a welcome sight.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This ox cart's bound for Mel. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Soon as my ship's done, I'm off to the tavern.
We have reached our destination.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen.
I suppose we might as well gather what we can. It was a glad thing we rested when we did.
We must not let down our guard. Weapons are simple enough to procure if we have the coin. But we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
Indeed, you are correct.
I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
I knew you would prevail, Master.
Fight on, and victory shall be ours.
Huzzah! You've done it!
We've little need for a campsite at present.
'Tis well to be prepared, but over-preparation will serve us not.
My studies are proceeding apace, thanks to you, sir. My studies are proceeding apace.
We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep?
Good sleep is the key to a good adventure.
might be so bold as to speak my mind? Different masters, but
In traversing other worlds, I came to know of a treasure chest in this area. Perchance you'd like to see it.
I sustain your
Well met. Have you any weapons for me? Good of you to go to the trouble. Many thanks. We'll gladly make use of what you've given us. I've you to thank for that new recruit, aye? The lad's well eager, he is. He fears naught, and he follows my commands with nary a word of complaint. Soldiers like him boost the morale of all around them. His presence bodes well, and There's just one problem. Seeing a lad so spirited, so foolhardy, makes me recall a time when I was much the same. Sets my blood to boiling, you see. Makes me yearn for a bout with a skilled combatant. Need I explain further? What say you? Care to spar with me a bit? Glad to hear it. Think of it like a game. Whoever steps out first. Seeing as you're no warrior, you do well to strike when I'm off balance. Let's begin. Fight! Seems I expected how much of you. I dare say I needed that. You've my thanks. I've ne'er met anyone like you. You've done more for me this past while than anyone I've known as a commendable sort you are. Would that I had some way to repay you for all the good you've done me.
Sir Baron, you must come, and quickly. A goblin pack has descended over by the rope bridge. We're in need of your aid.
My thanks for the report. I'll go at once. Goblins can be dastardly. We'll have need of capable fighters. The more, the better. I'd fain have you at my side, friend, if you'd be willing. Wait. Fire here! Watch my back!
I mustn't let the captain seem uneasy.
Never should have taken
Bit much for me. Fancy a gander? I find good.
My head will roll as water goes by.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste. The twinkling stars are captivating to behold.
I quite agree.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
What was that? Randall! What happened? Speak to me, lad!
Sir, we managed to fell the goblins, but then a Cyclops charged us out of nowhere, wounded and enraged. We stuck the beast with arrows till one of them pierced its eye. It fled, but I've no doubt it will return.
Never mind that, lad. You survived, and that's what counts. Let's get you back to the encampment, aye? Twould seem my days of peace are at an end. Do you recall the soldier we met on the road? He was rather badly injured in the goblin melee. They'll want me to take responsibility for that, I just know it. Shan't be long afore I'm forced to resign from my post. I doubt such a thing would be asked of any human instructor. But I'm bestian, aren't I? There's no fighting it. But I'll be damned if I let the troops suffer on my account. In the time that remains to me, I'll get them trained up as best I can.
Vermin's treatment of beastrons is lamentable indeed.
How unfortunate. I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
Goodness. We're higher up than I'd thought.
Take care not to fall.
Careful now!
Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Well met. You couldn't have come at a better time. Word of my dismissal arrived just a few hours past. 'Twould seem my time here's reached its end. Can't say I'm happy about it. I'm rather fond of this place. And if you'll remember, 'tis where you and I first spoke. Going, are you? Be well, friend.
Sir! The Cyclops is come!
And I thought I was
I will protect you.
Fine. We mustn't let it approach.
Stand firm!
This brute has quite the temper.
I do not use their rage to our advantage.
I am well aware. Hi, sir. I've been
glad to hear it. Make for the encampment and inform your captain of what happened here. Quickly now.
Aye, sir.
That went well.
Full glad I am to see you unharmed, my friend.
I lack information.
Thank heavens.
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more? I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party?
I fear I've naught useful to share.
My studies are proceeding apace, thanks to you, sir.
All together now! We attack as one!
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall!
'Tis easily done.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here.
Twould be a good place to take stock of our surroundings.
True enough.
I could do this all day!
Hi there. Impeccable timing as always. I was just wondering if I'd get to see you one more time before I departed. And here you are. You've done much on my behalf, 'tis true. I can't rightly express how grateful I am to you, friend. If this ordeal has taught me anything, 'tis to have faith in my ability as an instructor. That's why I'm headed for the checkpoint rest town, in Batal. See, I have a friend who emigrated there, who happens to be in need of an instructor. And I figured if I'm being ousted anyhow, even if it means serving under different banners, at least I'll still be helping soldiers come home, and in one piece. Suppose this is where we part, eh? Be well, friend. And may the sun shine brightly on whate'er road you're traveling.
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location? Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard.
Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes. Our enemies have grown in number. This battle's end is more distant than I'd hoped.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up. though we are less fleet of foot.
This ox cart's bound for Burnworth. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Battle is best avoided here.
I grow restless.
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
Monsters and bandits are a
Say, have you been to Harm? 'Tis a quaint little village down... Well, if you do visit, I hear he says as if that wasn't queer enough. I cannot fathom his obsession.
These writings could be of import.
Shall we take a closer look?
We forget the value of a moment's contemplation.
One can never be too
I only polished it this morning.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
This ox cart's bound for... I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
What is true peace?
That's quite enough.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. I shan't let them harm you.
It seems we have enraged our foe.
Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
Lots to do.
Well done, Master.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
The Sovereign's retinue makes to fell the dragon at last. 'Twas a remarkable recovery, really. The man was...
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this...
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well.
Uncommon materials can be found here, methinks.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
It ought to be on my daughter's hand, not yours. She gave it to you, you say? Could it be she resents me? Never mind. I would be alone with my thoughts. Leave me.
I'll admit, I did worry you'd forgotten. Me.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? I don't have enough to this socks.
Hubris is man's worst enemy. Suppose we're all tricky.
I fancy a kill, but not at the expense of
That's
my
enough
duty.
intellectual labor.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out what's inside.
There, Master! Saurians!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Ice's sting is yours to wield. I'll save you!
We've no cause to visit a campsite as yet, methinks.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.